Imagine your smartwatch not just telling you you're stressed, but like actually helping you do something about it.
Oh, yeah.
That's the potential of AI health coaches, and that's what we're diving into today.
Right.
We've got this collection of articles covering the tech giants involved,
Mhm.
Google, OpenAI, but also like the impact this could have on healthcare.
It's a fascinating area.
Yeah.
Especially right now with all
Yeah.
this like explosion of data we're getting from wearables
Right.
and the advances in AI.
So we want to know how this could impact you,
Exactly.
your health,
Wow.
even society as a whole.
Yeah.
But let's take a step back first.
Okay.
What problem are these AI coaches trying to solve?
Well, I think we got to start with chronic diseases.
Okay.
Big global health crisis.
Yeah.
63% of all deaths worldwide are from chronic conditions.
Wow.
And like 80% of those are driven by lifestyle factors.
Really?
Yeah, like diet,
Okay.
exercise, sleep habits,
Yeah.
and traditional healthcare methods. They often just fall short of giving people the support they need to make like lasting changes.
That's a huge number.
Yeah.
It's like having a coach who only shows up once a year.
Right.
So where does AI come in?
So think about all the data
Okay.
that our wearables and smartphones collect. You got heart rate,
Yeah.
sleep patterns,
Mm-hmm.
activity levels,
Okay.
even mood and stress levels.
Yeah.
AI can analyze all that.
Right.
Spot patterns offer personalized insights.
So it's not just generic advice.
No, it's tailored to your individual needs.
I see.
So imagine your AI coach notices your heart rate spikes after you have those stressful meetings.
Yeah.
And then suggests breathing exercises or even just like a quick walk to de-stress.
Okay. So 2047 personalized health expert.
Exactly.
Let's talk about some of the big players.
Okay.
You mentioned Google and OpenAI.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
So Google's DeepMind, they developed something called the Personal Health Large Language Model,
Uh-huh.
or PHLLM. Yeah. Processes health data and provides personalized advice.
You said it uses a multimodal approach.
Right.
What does that mean?
So it analyzes not just numbers like steps or heart rate, but also information from like text, audio, and images.
Okay.
So it can combine your sleep data
Yeah.
with entries from a mood journal
Right.
and even pictures of your meals
Interesting.
to understand how all these different factors affect your sleep.
Wow. So it really paints a much richer picture of someone's health.
Definitely.
So Google is very data-driven.
Yeah.
What about OpenAI? Are they taking a similar route?
OpenAI is leveraging their strengths a little differently.
Okay.
Their startup fund is backing Thrive AI Health, which integrates AI coaching into Thrive Global's wellness products.
So they're making AI coaching more accessible.
Yeah, exactly.
What's unique about their approach?
They're really emphasizing behavior change,
Okay.
drawing on Thrive Global's microsteps methodology.
Microsteps.
Yeah, it breaks down these big health goals into small, manageable actions
Oh, I like that.
that are much easier to stick with.
Right.
So instead of like aiming for a 30-minute workout, your coach might suggest a 10-minute walk every day.
Okay.
And the AI uses these personalized insights and nudges to help you actually integrate these microsteps into your life.
I love that breaking things down into smaller steps makes it way less intimidating to start.
Yeah.
Let's look at some real-world examples
Okay.
of AI impacting healthcare right now.
So there are companies like ADOC,
Okay.
Choir.ai,
Mm-hmm.
and Zebra Medical Vision.
Okay.
They're using AI to analyze scans and detect abnormalities
Interesting.
with amazing accuracy.
Wow.
ADOC focuses on radiology, helping doctors spot issues in things like CT scans, X-rays, and MRIs.
Okay.
Core.ai uses AI to analyze chest X-rays
Uh-huh.
to diagnose conditions like tuberculosis early on.
And Zebra Medical Vision.
They analyze a variety of imaging to detect a wide range of diseases.
So AI can help catch serious conditions earlier than ever before?
Yeah.
That's huge.
It is.
What other areas are we seeing this kind of impact?
We're seeing AI being used for mental health support too.
Okay.
There's Wobot. It's an AI-powered chatbot
Interesting.
that uses natural language processing and cognitive behavioral therapy techniques to help people cope with things like stress, anxiety, and depression.
Wow. So it's available 24/7.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great.
Provide support for those who need it.
Mental health is so important.
It is.
Glad to see AI being used to help.
Yeah.
Any other examples?
Another area is symptom checking and virtual consultations,
Okay.
like Babylon Health. They've developed an AI chatbot that can check your symptoms,
Interesting.
offer health information,
Okay.
and even help you book appointments with healthcare professionals.
So AI is helping doctors diagnose diseases,
Right.
providing mental health support,
Right.
and even acting as like a virtual medical assistant.
Exactly.
Seems like AI is already having a real impact.
It is.
But like with any new technology, there are potential downsides. What challenges do we need to consider with these AI health coaches?
I think one of the biggest concerns is data privacy and security.
Right, because we are dealing with very sensitive health information.
Exactly.
What else should we be thinking about?
Well, another thing to consider is the potential for bias in these algorithms.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
If the data used to train these systems isn't diverse, it could lead to inaccurate diagnoses or unequal access to care.
So we need to make sure AI is bridging healthcare gaps and not making them worse.
Exactly.
Any other concerns?
We also have to be mindful of the potential loss of human connection in healthcare.
Yeah,
AI can be a powerful tool,
right.
but it should enhance, not replace, the human element of care.
So finding that right balance between technology and human interaction.
Yes.
So many potential benefits.
There are.
Personalized support, early disease detection, improved patient engagement. But we have to be careful.
Absolutely.
Data privacy, making sure human connection remains at the heart of healthcare. What stands out to you as the biggest potential benefit?
I think the most exciting aspect is empowering individuals
Yeah,
to take control of their own health.
I like that.
AI can provide the insights and support they need to make those lasting changes.
Leading to better health.
Exactly.
What about the biggest potential risk?
For me, the risk is the potential erosion of that doctor-patient relationship.
Yeah, that's important.
We have to make sure these AI tools enhance, not replace, that human element of care.
Completely agree. We've covered a lot in this first part of our deep dive on AI health coaches.
We have.
Understanding the need, exploring the benefits and challenges.
Yeah.
What are we going to delve into next?
In the next part, we're going to look at some specific examples
Okay.
of AI health coaches in action.
Real world applications and the impact they're having.
Yeah.
That'll be fascinating.
Well,
Join us next time as we continue our journey into the world of AI health coaches.
see you then.
Welcome back to our deep dive into AI health coaches.
I have to be back.
In the last part, we talked about the potential of this tech
Yeah.
and some of the companies working on it.
Yeah.
Now let's get practical
Okay.
and explore some real-world applications.
Sounds good.
One area where I'm seeing a lot of progress is in personalized sleep and fitness recommendations.
Yeah, that's a hot area.
You mentioned Google's PHLLM last time. They've been
Right.
testing it out.
Yeah, with some really impressive results.
Can you remind me how it works again?
Sure. So it's a large language model
Mm-hmm.
trained on tons of data
Okay.
related to sleep and fitness.
Like what kind of data?
Well, you've got information from wearables,
Okay.
scientific research,
Mm-hmm.
expert analysis.
So it gives personalized insights and recommendations.
Exactly, based on an individual's data and goals.
So instead of just telling me to sleep more or exercise more,
Right.
it actually gives me like tailored advice.
Exactly, because generic advice
Yeah,
doesn't really lead to lasting change.
right.
PHLLM considers all sorts of factors,
Oh.
like your sleep patterns, heart rate variability,
Mm-hmm.
your exercise habits, even your self-reported sleep quality.
Wow, so it's really like having a personal sleep and fitness coach.
Kind of, yeah.
Do you have any examples of how it's actually being used?
Yeah, so the Google's been doing some interesting research.
Okay.
Using PHLLM,
Uh-huh.
they created case studies based on real user data.
And
And in a lot of cases, the recommendations were comparable to what a human expert would give.
so the AI is giving advice that's as good as a human expert.
It seems that way.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
Can you give me an example of the kind of recommendations it provides?
So say someone is having trouble sleeping.
Okay.
The model might suggest adjusting their sleep schedule,
Right.
maybe incorporating some relaxation techniques before bed,
Okay.
or even making changes to their diet or exercise.
Interesting.
For someone trying to get in better shape,
Mm-hmm.
it might recommend specific workouts based on their activity level and goals.
So very specific, actionable guidance.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But how would someone actually use it?
Well, it's not a commercial product yet.
Oh, right.
Google's research is still early,
Okay.
but they think they could integrate it into existing platforms,
Like what?
like wearables
Okay.
or smartphone apps.
That would be super useful.
Right.
Imagine your smartwatch not just tracking your sleep,
Yeah,
but giving you personalized advice based on that data.
exactly.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
But Google's not the only one doing this.
No, they're not.
What about Thrive AI Health?
Right. The company backed by OpenAI.
Yeah, they're the ones focusing on microsteps, right?
Exactly.
Remind me how that works again.
So they believe in making sustainable changes easier
Okay,
by breaking down large goals into smaller, more manageable steps.
I like that.
So instead of saying exercise more,
Right.
their AI coach might suggest a 10-minute walk each day or adding little bursts of activity into your routine.
Small steps, big difference.
Yeah, especially when you're building habits. How does AI fit into this approach?
So the AI analyzes the user's data, tracks their progress,
Okay,
and then gives them these personalized nudges and encouragement.
to keep them going.
Yeah, like a cheerleader in your pocket.
I like it.
But I know some people are worried about relying too much on technology.
That's a fair point.
What about the human element?
Yeah, are we going to be relying only on algorithms to manage our health?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
Human healthcare providers will always be essential.
right, of course.
AI health coaches are not meant to replace doctors or therapists.
Okay.
They're tools
So,
to support human care.
so it's more about collaboration
Exactly.
between AI and humans.
Yeah, think of AI health coaches as a bridge
Okay, yeah.
between patients and providers.
Interesting.
They help you stay on top of your health goals,
Right.
track your progress,
Okay.
and even flag potential issues for your doctor.
So doctors can focus on more complex cases.
Exactly.
Okay.
And provide more personalized care.
Makes sense. Using technology to make healthcare more efficient
Yeah,
while keeping that human element.
exactly.
But what about accuracy?
Oh, that's a great question.
How do we know the AI is giving us trustworthy advice?
Well, these systems are trained on huge amounts of data
Okay.
from reliable sources,
Like what?
scientific research,
Mm-hmm.
medical guidelines,
Uh-huh.
expert knowledge,
Okay.
and they go through rigorous testing.
To make sure they're accurate.
Yeah, and safe.
So it's not just random algorithms making things up.
No.
There's real science behind it.
There is.
That's good to hear.
And as technology improves,
Yeah.
we can expect these systems to get even more sophisticated and reliable.
But no technology is perfect.
Right.
We should always be a little skeptical.
Absolutely use your critical thinking skills.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But AI clearly has the potential to change healthcare.
For sure.
What's the most exciting potential for you?
For me, it's the potential to democratize access
Okay. Access
to
to.
healthcare.
Right now, good healthcare is expensive.
Yeah, and out of reach for a lot of people.
AI could change that.
I think so.
That's great.
It's about giving people the power to manage their own health.
No matter who they are or how much money they have.
Exactly.
That's a great goal.
It is,
But there are risks too.
of course.
We've talked about data privacy, the importance of human connection. What other concerns do you see with these real-world applications?
I think we have to think about how these systems might be used
Okay.
for things other than healthcare.
Okay.
Like, imagine an insurance company using your data from an AI health coach
Yeah.
to deny you coverage,
Or raise your rates.
right, based on your lifestyle.
That's a little scary.
It is.
So we need ethical guidelines and regulations.
We do.
As this technology gets more powerful,
Absolutely.
we need to make sure it's used responsibly, ethically,
Mm-hmm.
that people have control over their data.
A big conversation we need to have.
As a society, AI health coaches have so much potential,
They do.
but we have to proceed carefully
Mhm.
and address these ethical issues.
Absolutely.
What's next in our deep dive?
Next, we're going to dig into some of these ethical considerations
Okay?
and talk about how to make sure this technology is used responsibly.
For everyone's benefit.
Exactly.
Welcome back to our deep dive into AI health coaches.
It's good to be back.
We've talked about the potential benefits, explored some real-world applications,
Yeah.
and touched on some concerns
Right.
in this final part.
Good.
Let's really dig into those concerns
Sounds good.
and talk about the responsible and ethical use of AI in healthcare.
I think that's really important,
Yeah.
especially as this technology becomes more powerful.
One of the biggest things we talked about was data privacy.
Right.
These AI systems have access to so much personal information.
Yeah. It's a huge responsibility.
How can we make sure that information is handled responsibly?
Well, protecting that data is crucial.
Yeah.
It's not just about preventing data breaches.
Right.
It's also about making sure people understand how their data is being used.
So transparency is key.
Absolutely.
What's being done to address these concerns?
Well, we're seeing stricter data privacy regulations,
Okay.
like GDPR in Europe
Right.
and CCPA in California.
Those give people more control over their data.
Exactly.
But regulations are just one part of it.
Yeah.
What about the technology itself?
Right.
Are there ways to build AI systems that are more privacy conscious from the start?
There's definitely a lot of research happening there.
Okay.
One approach is using something called differential privacy.
Differential privacy.
Yeah, it basically lets the AI learn from the data without actually seeing the individual data points.
Wow, that's interesting.
Another approach is federated learning,
Okay.
where the AI models are trained on data that stays on people's devices.
So it's not collected in one central place.
Exactly.
Those sound promising,
They do.
but even with good tech and regulations, the human element is still important.
Right.
How do we make sure the people building and using these systems are doing so ethically?
I think it starts with a culture of ethical AI development,
Okay.
where things like transparency, accountability, and human well-being are top priorities.
That's a good
I
point.
need to educate everyone involved.
Developers, researchers, policymakers,
Right.
about the risks and ethical implications.
And to create guidelines for responsible development.
It's not just about the code itself.
No, it's about the bigger picture.
And having those open conversations with the public
Absolutely.
about the benefits and the risks of AI in healthcare.
We need to build trust.
Yeah, so people feel comfortable using this technology.
Exactly.
It's complex.
It is.
But what makes you hopeful that we can figure this out?
I think the growing awareness of these issues is a good sign.
Okay.
People are starting to ask the right questions,
Yeah.
and there are people working hard,
Researchers, developers, policymakers,
all of them.
to make sure AI is used ethically. In the end, it's up to all of us
Right.
to demand that these technologies are developed and used in a way that aligns with our values.
I agree.
We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
The potential of AI health coaches, the importance of data privacy,
Yeah,
and the need for responsible development.
absolutely.
What's your final takeaway for our listeners?
I think AI health coaches are here to stay.
Yeah, they're changing healthcare.
The potential is huge,
But
but we need to be thoughtful
Yeah.
and ethical.
the future's healthcare is being shaped right now,
It is.
and we all have a role to play in making sure it benefits everyone.
I agree completely.
And to our listeners,
Yes.
we want to hear from you.
What do you think about AI health coaches?
How do you see this technology shaping the future of healthcare?
Join the conversation.
Let us know your thoughts.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI health coaches.
See you next time.